is Tuesday. It feels like a Thursday, believe it or not, to me. And oh, gee, Louise, hold on a second. Do I have? Okay, here we go. All right. Hello, everybody from the world of Facebook and world of YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we're going to be upcycling an old picture that I purchased, and it's kind of chipped. It's kind of Hi, Amanda Jennings. How are you, friend? Um, it's chipped. It's an old jar right here. It's an old picture. It's chipped. It has seen better days, as you could see. Has some chip marks here. Here has some hairline cracks inside, and so it's time to give it a nice, beautiful new life. So I'm going to go ahead, and we have different things to do. First thing that we're going to do, and this is in the order that we're going to be doing it, we're going to be making new, some new molding, some new cast. We're going to use some resin today. Oh, thank you. Yes, I believe it or not, I'll tell you a little about the car in a second. Thank you for congratulating me. We're going to be using this resin. It's a white resin. It's going to be a quick setting resin that we're going to use to make this cast. So let me show you the ones that I'm going for. I measured, and I would love to use this one right here. If you could see it, I'm going to show you here. This one right here on the edge. This is the one that we're going to be using at the edge right here. And we're going to be using that right here on this side. I also would like to perhaps put it on the round from this side to this side on the bottom. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, I am going to be using this, as you can see right here, this little frame. See that? It's really beautiful, very ornate. And we're also going to be using these small, kind of like let me show you, kind of like a silhouette, old kind of a profile, and of a kind of like a bust, basically, back then. Or and we're also going to be using the frames. All right, so let's get this show on the road, because we have lots to do. First thing to do, always wear gloves when you're using resin. And the reason why is because there's always going to be room for mistakes. And our friend Sue is here. Sue, you are, I have learned new things with you, my friend. I really, I've really learned new things. Never in a million years did I think, Miss Sue, that I was going to see anything like what I saw today with you being done, which is with the peels of some, what do you call that? Of some tangerines. All right, so if you have never done resin before, I want to tell you, please do not feel hesitant to do it. I did for a long time, so I want to show you. You're going to be, your resin is going to have a part A and a part B. So it's going to have your oil, and it's also going to be having your, basically your other one, which is an activator. So you're going to get your 2 cups. It all comes inside your kit. And you also will be getting 1 little cup where everything is going to be mixed into, and you're going to be getting a stirring knife, stirring little popsicle stick. Now, I will, in my future, very soon, I want to be buying a resin mat. I saw Miss Cindy from Create with Cindy's Creations. She had, you know, a nice mat, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about getting one, so I will look forward to using it in the future. So I'm going to be creating resin, as you know, or if you have never done it before, you have to work with it pretty quickly. It's going to, once you mix both of them together, it's activated, and the lifespan for which you could put it in your cast and be able to, before it sets, it's a short lifespan, so you need to work quickly. So that's the only thing that you have to be aware of, at least when it comes to time. So I am going to create small amounts, And that is so that it could allow me to work quickly and not be wasteful towards my resin. Because if you don't know, resin is in the more on the pricey side. I think, okay, I think I'm gonna need, let me grab a little plier. Where I could open it. Hello, hello. I see Miss Darla here. Okay. This always helps. This always gets the job done. All right, so I have part A. Now let's go ahead and read part B. As I said, we got to make sure that we have equal amounts. That looks about right. So I'm going to pour them here, one at a time. How is your Tuesday going? As I said, my Tuesday has been, I've been thinking that today is Thursday. That's a long jump. All right, so I'm going to stir, 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 stir. Let's make sure that both of them are really well mixed in. Have my little cast. And I'm going to pour this all around. Have a little bit left here. So I'm going to come back to my small one here. Pour that in there. So, and I still have a little bit more. So as long as I have them all ready to go, so there you go. One little bit went a long ways. So, by the way, also just want to let you know that your little container, you will feel that it changes in temperature as well. Okay. So I was enough to kind of pour it up to there. I'm going to go ahead and make another batch to continue making the long the other ones that I need. But that was a good amount. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around, and let's see if we could do this again. So I'm going to put again my part A and my part B. Here we go. I cannot tell you right now how much I'm using. I'm not really quite knowing. My cups have lost the measurements already after so much being done. I think I poured just a little bit more of this one. This is slightly a hair more. If you're having issues with your resin, one of the things that I have noticed that makes a difference is it's the amount, making sure that you're using the exact amount on both sides. If you get more of one than the other, you will not have the exact measurements. That is going to create an issue. Okay. I like using, when I'm making molds or cast, I like using the ones that are that is a white one, a white resin, and that is because then I'm able to see, once it turns different color, I'm able to see that it's ready. Yes, yes, I try. So that's what I try to do. Once I notice that everybody has picked out their days. My days that I usually pick out myself is a Wednesday. and that is my day. But usually whenever I see that other days are not being full and they are available, I try to catch them if they work with my schedule. Usually, I believe that's the rule. So, okay, so that's one. I'm going to pour, and I make a little one for the mid part here. And I think I have another little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it as much as I'm able to. Fill up as much as I'm able to. Okay, so it looks like this is as much as it was able to go. So 1.5 of this. I'll see if in case I need to make any more. We'll take a look. In the meantime, I'm gonna just let this set. Thank you for those that are starting to join here on YouTube. My name is Mareem, and my channel name is His Girls Science. I like making DIYs that are just easy to make, budget friendly, and that are just beautiful and just elegant. One of those pieces, I like making pieces, I guess. Hi, Mary Snyder, in Shades from Shades Shed. I like making those kind of pieces that people are going to say, no way, you made that? Those are the kind of pieces that I like to make. So my style is more of the traditional, but also with an elegant and neutral tones. All right, so this is the jar that we're going to, or pitcher that we're going to be remaking. It cost me about $5.99. It was an old one. I've had it for a while, but it is now has been chipped, and it needs a new life. It needs to be breathing a new life. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be mixing here a little bit of baking soda that I have. Here. And we're going to be mixing this with our paint. And I need something to mix it with. So I'm going to put my baking soda here. And what we're making, and the reason why I'm mixing some baking soda into what will be my paint is because I'm going to try to harden or give texture to my paint. There's many ways that you guys can do this, but this is the way that I'm choosing to make it today. So I'm going to be using as well some elephant paint, and this is by Waverly. I want to go on the darker side when it comes to my paint. Now this is a chalk paint. It's already on the thicker side. In addition to this, I am going to also give it some white paint. And the reason why is because I'm not going to mix it all the way. And I really want a little bit of the difference in the variation in the paint. Go ahead and mix this together. And as I said, your baking soda is going to be creating more of a thicker paste, kind of like a what do you call that? The pancake mix kind of consistency. Hi, my sweet friend Jackie from Just Jackie Crafting. How are you? And welcome. Thank you for being here and for stopping by. Friends, don't forget to please support over all of our wonderful sisters, crafting sisters here. Okay, so it looks pretty nice. It looks like a nice amount as well. So it's just Snow White and some baking soda and some elephant paint. All right, so now this baking soda is going to give us a grainy texture as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get me like a little a thicker brush. See how much heavy it's going to be. All right, let me know, have you used this kind of mixture before in your crafting? Just want to make sure that you have. Okay, so now here we go. I'm gonna dip my hand inside and we're going to pounce. And the reason why is just because it helps to adhere. I'm gonna show you the difference between this pouncing method and the just rubbing it on. Notice that when I rub, it's going to have kind of the linear effect, and it's going to have the coverage is going to be a little bit less thick. Notice that when I pounce, which is this one, the thicker one, it's gonna give me a better coverage. So it's just a way to kind of save a little bit of time and money in materials and your time. Time equals money. Just want to make sure that the fan is not blowing it. So that's the reason why. I'm going to come to the bottom. However, I'm not going to cover it all the way. Just enough so that I could make sure that it is covered. So this allows the thicker chalk paint. It's going to allow me to have a better coverage to kind of help cover all of those black words. There we go. So how was your day today, you guys? It poured here in Tampa for a while. It was a good rain. It poured. Right around the time when your kiddos come out of school, you know, that's not always the best time. But it helps to cool down our place, our city. Okay, so here it is. Now, the baking soda is also going to allow it to kind of dry up very quickly. So, nice coverage, just one sitting, just one coat of paint. Now, at this point, I need to decide whether I want to keep it white inside or paint it all the way and commit to painting it all the way. Just because of the time concerns, and also because I like the bitonal look that it has. I'm going to leave the inside clear. I could always come back with a wet paper towel and remove all of the extra that it has kind of come around a little bit too much in. So we could always fix that with a wet paper towel. All right, so now, love the texture, right? Thank you, Shay. You haven't done it? Oh, good. I'm glad I'm able to show you a bit how it looks like, so that way you could be able to try it on your own. All right, so now you could go ahead, and there's a little moth around here. You could go ahead and, if you wanted more of a speckled kind of very textury look, come back again and just pounce it some more. And that, look at the texture it gives you. It's kind of gives you a little bit of a hammered texture. Not only that, but once it starts drying, and you'll see more of the grainy look of the baking soda that comes through. It's really fine, but you feel a little bit, it's something that you like to touch for sure, not just to look at. Now, just because want to make sure the inside will remain the same. So the inside I could still use as a picture, even though I used it more for decorative purposes. But just always make sure that if you paint something from the inside, once you add the paint, and especially something like once you add paint, please be sure that you do not use it for cooking. or for food items. Thank you for those that are joining on YouTube. Please be sure that before you leave to subscribe and to give it a thumbs up, just to kind of be able to grow my channel. Appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna leave that here. We could always give it a little bit of coloring here, so a little white spot. And once you dry it, you may see it a little tiny bit of cracking. So it's up to you whether you like that effect or not. This is going to have a different, at the end, it's going to have a little finishing touch. It may have a little bit of a wax finish, kind of like to seal inside, to keep inside and keep all the texture in, and keeping it from chipping. Now, let me tell you that once this is all, now that it has been completely covered, you cannot see the chipping anymore that it had. Hi, Lorena. How are you, friend? Thank you for being here. Oh, I just hit it on there. Myself, I just hit it with my dryer. With my dryer here. So I'm going to go ahead and pounce again. It's because I hit it as I was drying it. And now I'm going to come back, take a look, and see. Remember, this is the time the baking soda causes and makes the paint shrink. So it's gonna go to do a little bit of that. So as you're doing it, come back around and just pounce it here and there as needed, because it's going to do that. The baking soda is more of a it's going, when it comes to paint, it's more like a drying agent, not just a texture agent. So we're gonna go back, continue drying it. Love, the texture is wonderful. It looks, as I said, like a hammered kind of look. Once you're drying it with a drying tool, fast drying tool, remember to don't stay in one spot. Keep it moving. You don't want to be overheating your paint, otherwise your paint is gonna bubble up. And it's going to cause it to crack even faster. Now you're going for the crackling look or the crackling effect, by all means, then do that. So yeah, so our temperature today was really muggy at first, but then all it did is, it was a nice long shower. It was pretty, a lot of water. Now we are nowhere close to Erin, but I think because of the storm has increased in size, then I think we probably feel a little tiny bit here and there, but I heard that in some other states you're probably going to have some type of what do you call that, tropical storm effect, I think. Oh, did it again. Feel like Britney Spears with the oops, I did it again. All right, I sure did. Tear that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my table here, and now let's go ahead and check and see. Hello to Living Together Crafting by Brenda. Miss Brenda, how are you? I love some of the little things that you have made. The pumpkin that you made, huge one with all the Jenga blocks. All right, so now we're ready to remove these. And look at this beauty. Look at that. See that? I'm gonna move you guys a little bit further, a little bit forward. I feel like you guys are too far. That was just so slightly. Okay, so we got one. Now, these are pretty hard. If you heat them up, they will become a little bit more moldable. So I'm gonna leave that on the side here. Now, this is what goes inside. Look how beautiful that turned out. So you can see it with the lighting. But look at that. Now this fits perfectly inside, just like so. Comes in a set. See? So I'm going to leave them separate for now. We made one. Thank you, Mary. And I'm going to reveal the bigger one here. Just remove it. There we go. Snap right out. Look at that beauty. See how gorgeous that is? Look at that beauty. This was just with a resin, just a regular white resin. Now my idea is perhaps to either put that just like that or to make this fit inside here. So we'll see how it will work. Okay? If not, if it doesn't work for this project, we could always do it for the following one. Now you guys, this is project, it looks like it's not going to be a completely done in 45 minutes. So I am going to be coming tomorrow at about the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and whatever step we're in, we will be finishing. It's not a 45-minute project. Okay, so this one is missing a little bit of the inside, but that's okay because it's going to be the other part is going to go inside there. Now this is a little bit of a different lady. Not sure if you could see it. Hello, Miss Carol by Carol's Tea Studios 5 and DIYs. How are you today? Thank you for being here. Okay, remember these go directly inside there. Fit perfectly inside. Now let's go ahead and unveil the other ones that I made over here. These are the longer strips. Look how beautiful that looks. See that? That's just lovely. Kiss of Frog Crafts. Oh, is she here? How are you? Okay. And this one is just a little tiny bit that I made. It didn't, I just had an extra little bit. Okay, I'm gonna remove all of these. Put them on this side. I need to do a major cleaning in this room. And now we're going to get it ready to come and start. I'm gonna heat them up and we'll be adding them to our vase or our pitcher. So I'm gonna add these here. And now that it's drying up, you will see a little bit of the variation of the white that we added to the paint. A little bit of that baking soda effect now is starting to come up to the surface. Friend, Kiss of Frog Crafts with Judy. She's going to be one of our newer sisters here, Crafting Sisters. So please remember to on Facebook and Craft on the Clock. So please remember to check out her page, give her a follow, and let's support her. I'm not sure what her first live will be. Love the picture, right? It's beautiful. See, we can love it even more once we finish with it. Thank you for those that are joining on YouTube. Don't forget to give it a follow and also a thumbs up once you before you leave. It helps me to grow my channel. And if you're on Facebook and don't know about it, you can watch me simultaneously right now on YouTube under His Girls Designs. And if you look in the description, you will find the link that will put you directly there, or at any point that you would like to check it out. Okay, I'm gonna show you really closely how beautiful this jar, this picture. Did you see the difference, variation in all of that paint? That is the reason why I wanted to add the white paint into it. Let me show you guys here. That is the reason why I wanted to add the white paint into it. It's kind of like a little spotted look to it. And remember, we could always tone it up, tone it down. That's not the end of this. Now, I'm going to start heating up the back of my resin. It's still a little bit flexible, but not quite. So I'm going to go ahead and heat it up from the back of it. And this is going to allow me to form it or to mold it to go to the rounded parts where it needs to go. So I'm going to heat it up and try to make sure that it comes to the point that I could curve it without cracking it. There it is. Okay, now this is going to go, you're wondering what this is for. I thought of putting this directly right on here, but look at that, you guys. To see the things that I made another one because I wasn't sure if that was going to be too thick, and it looks like it might. So I'm going to put it just around here. Did make another little bit of a strip, so I'm gonna put it right around here on the bottom. Okay, so that was, I'm gonna keep it just curved like that, and let me see if I put it in between two things. I want to make sure that it doesn't uncurl when it curves. Now here's my other one that we could always put right here. Okay, and this one looks like it's going to be the one. I made two just because I wasn't sure which one was going to work best. All right, so we have Miss Judy from Kiss a Frog. She will be live first on Monday at 4 p.m. Would that be 4 p.m. Eastern or Central? Just want to make sure that we are there to support you. Kiss a Frog Crafts by with Judy. All right, so you see how flexible it looks now? That's perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up and look at that. Look how it forms beautifully on here. And I think this one is a keeper. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and get my wood glue, and I'm going to saturate it here, but not too much, because remember the wood glue will come back out. And I'm also going to be adding my hot glue on the two edges here, just so that it could hold, give me an instant hold as the wood glue adheres. I'm gonna just press it down, make sure that it just helping the glue just make contact with the picture's handle. And here it is. Look how beautiful that is, changing that beautiful picture. Now remember, my hot glue is just keeping it in place while the wood glue will dry out. Okay. There. So here it is. Here's the beautiful handle. And now we're starting to give this picture a different look. Thank you for those. By the way, if you're not following me here on Craft Around the Clock on Facebook or on YouTube or any one of my social medias, make sure that please give it a hit that button and help me to grow here on this platform. So appreciate it if you will. All right, so here is the other one. You let me know. I'm going to, I think I want to, but I'm not fully sure or fully committed that it should go. So you let me know if it should go on there. This is my other one. Now these will not stay white. They're going to be painted. We're going to be making them look as part of very cohesive part of the picture that we are creating. I thought of putting one on the very bottom here. And notice that it's not completely completely around. I think it's going to need a second full one to be able to go completely around. All right, so Judy from Kiss a Frog Crafts with Judy will be on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern here on Craft Around the Clock. So be sure to keep an eye out for her and follow her page, and make sure that you get her notifications. Don't forget to stay tuned to Craft Around the Clock so that you can make sure that you get her notifications when she will be live. Thank you. Oh, yay! Miss Brenda just subscribed to my YouTube channel. All right, so what do you think? Should I put this on the bottom? You let me know. In the meantime, okay, so it looks like this little bit of hot glue did not adhere correctly here, so I'm going to peel it off. No biggie. And we're going to put another little dot. What happens is that sometimes the top surface, which is the paint, may not allow it many times to adhere correctly. No biggies. Welcome. Welcome, ladies. It's Cindy from Cindy's Create with Cindy's Creations. And don't forget, you guys, Cindy has a new page. So it's Create with Cindy's Creations. So make sure that you're also following and checking Miss Cindy out and following her new page. All right, so this one is going to go here. I think that will look beautiful there. Maybe I may not need this bottom part. Now that I put that there, I'm probably thinking that this might just be a bit too much. So you think, look at it. I think it would be too much, right? What do you think? Am I crazy? Would that be too much if I put that on the bottom and this one on the top? Just let me know. We're just prepping and still in the prepping steps. Would that be too much, or would that just give it just the right touch? Let me know in the comments. You know, just at both. No, just a frame or both. Let me know. Just a frame or both. Leave me in the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to be heating this one up. Both or just one? So let me know in the comments, both or just one. And in the meantime, I'm going to be playing around here with these lovely little frames. I am loving these. Loving these. All right. So both or just the frame? Okay, we have the too much, we have yes. So again, both or just the frame? Okay, I'm gonna be putting this one here. Just thinking which side I should do. Usually I use this side the most. Okay, I'm gonna heat it up just a little bit more just to curve it up. Just a frame. Both. Too much for both? Listen, I'm not wasting it. No worries. If I don't use it here, I'll use it somewhere else. So you will not hurt my feelings. Just want to know your thoughts. And I think, do we have a crafter coming right after me? Because if I think we are done with our time. Remember that I told you at first, this is going to be a 2-part one. And I will be back at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Lord willing, he'll craft from the clock. So I'm just going to put the glue and let you, maybe you could help me think about it. And if not, you know what? I could always create one that it will be a little bit smaller. I could do that too. Okay. In the meantime, we are committing to this one. I'm going to add the hot glue once I see that I like it there. Okay. So this is a go here. I'm going to put just a little dot of glue on the top. Just to kind of hold it in place. Give me 1 second. I'll turn it around in just a second. Just trying to look at the placement here. Okay. So to me, that looks like a good place to stop. And this is what we have thus far. And I think that looks beautiful. All right. So I'm going to leave it just like that. would you meet me tomorrow at the same time here on Craft from the Clock? Tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is probably going to be 9 p.m. Central, and so on. So I look forward to finishing this up with you. We're going to see if we need one on the bottom, if this will be enough. We're going to still be able to glue this part here inside, and that's going to be lovely. We're going to tone it all in one color. And as well, we will be then doing all of our what do you call that, um, the wax, so that way we could give it a different tones and give it a that vintage look. So meet me here. Can we have a date? Do we have a date? Do we have a date? Let's have a date tomorrow here at 10 o'clock. Is that right? So in the meantime, may God bless you. May God keep you. Make his face shine upon you. May God grant you his peace. I had a good time being with you here, and I hope you enjoyed the first part of upcycling this little picture. Stay tuned for the second part tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, same place. Can we have a date? All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to continue working on this from tonight. Adios. Thank you for joining.